Here we have our two clips, and you want to put the transition between the two. I'll move the second clip out of the way a little and come back one frame in the first clip and cut that so that you have one frame. If you then highlight that and go into your toolbox and type in border, and you find coloured border and drag that onto that little cut clip. It puts a coloured border around it. You now go into the colour page, reduce saturation to 0, and you can then tweak the curves if you like to make it look a bit more pleasant, depending on how you prefer that. You go back to the edit page and go to File, Export, and then current frame as a still. I've already done that to save time, so you then re-import it, and I've called it finger point, so I'll bring that down into the timeline. So we need to give yourself a little bit more space and bring your clip down. Get rid of the little one that you made the still of, the little clip, and bring that down, so that then replaces it. If you watch that transition, it cuts to a black and white with a border around, of course. We now need to put a flash in there as if we're taking a flash photograph, so find solid colour and put that over, and you need to make that about 6 frames long. So if you start at the beginning and click the forward arrow 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you then drag that back, you know you've got a 6 frame solid colour. Okay, so you now bring that over the top of your cut, and if you put it on the cut and then count 1, 2, 3 back with the back arrow, then drag your solid colour up to that point, you know it's central over the top of the cut. It's obviously black, so you need to change it to white. Go to colour, change it to white, click OK. That will give you a flash, but it's a bit unnatural. You want it to ramp up and down. You need to be into settings for this bit, and we're looking at opacity. Okay, that's opacity. Opacity to zero at the beginning of the clip, and put in a keyframe. And use the forward arrows, go 2 frames forward, and then make it 100%. Then go another 2 frames and make it and click the keyframe. It's got a keyframe at 0, 2 frames in, 4 frames in, go to the end, and then make that 0 again. So it'll ramp from nothing to full white and then ramp back down again, just the same way as a bulb would. I like the idea of it remaining like that for a split second, so if you go 1 frame forward from the end of the flash and put in a keyframe for the still. So highlight the still, go to the controls at the top, put in a keyframe for zoom and angle. So that will peg it at that point, so you then click forward with the forward arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if you zoom, it will create a key point. So we go to about 7.7 something. Yeah. Go to your rotation and rotate that the amount that you would like. Nothing critical again. And it automatically puts a keyframe. So that means it will animate from the one frame beyond the end of the flash to that point. I want it to then remain in that position for 20 frames. So if you go forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then you can now shorten that clip to that length. So you reduce it, you can now play it, and it holds it. You can then move your next clip up to that, and what we need there at this point here, I would think that you want a crossfade. So if you do your, I've got it down as a favourite. So the crossfade needs to be about 8 frames. So if you go back from the centre 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then shorten it to that, you've now got a crossfade of 8 frames. You can alter that and make it longer if you like. The only thing that's missing at the moment, the transition's a bit abrupt. So if you press this point here, you click on that little this is showing you the path that the transition has, that the animation has made. From this point, and they are underneath where the transitions take place, lining up. You want to make the start slow and the end slow. So if you click on this item here, it's the Bezier curves, it will ramp up, and then the same at the end, and it ramps up and ramps down. We can now play it. And there we have it. I'm wondering if the last crossfade needs to be a bit longer, but you can play back with that yourself. And that's what I call a snapshot transition. I hope that's helpful to you. Okay, bye bye.